This is Weather or Not.
Now, welcome into this Wednesday edition of Weather or Not. Hard to believe, but here we are, a week out from Christmas.
Week out for Christmas. Obviously, certainly hasn't felt like it this week. We've been dealing with the 70s, but as we go into some of the big things here for the first alert and the three things we're tracking, we will have some cooler weather coming in.
It is going to get cold, especially as we head into this weekend. Before that, though, still a couple more shower chances as we work our way through the rest of this evening and overnight. Then we take that gradual turn into a much colder weather pattern in the days leading up to Christmas before we start to turn things around a little bit as we head into the Christmas holiday. Let's talk about those leftover showers, and again, maybe one or two this evening.
Yeah, everything's been trending drier every single run. We've been talking about a couple of these isolated showers, trying to work their way through. Once again, I said it this morning, if you find a shower, consider yourself lucky, because that's about as good as it's going to get for the next couple of days, as once again, the cold air begins to rush in behind this front, and a secondary front that will come in for your Friday, Jamie.
Yeah, going to kind of see that colder air coming in sort of in stages. It's not like one big front like we saw last week, where we go from the 70s one day to the 40s the next. We're going to kind of stair step our way down here, and you can see that with the temperature trend forecast as we go from 70-ish where we were this afternoon down into the low 60s, and then we continue that trend down so that by the time we get into the weekend, we don't even hit 50 heading into Saturday, and then low 40s heading into Sunday and Monday. And I still think we may need to nudge those temperatures down Sunday and Monday another degree or two. I think there's going to be some spots that struggle to hit 40.
Yeah, especially with, once again, the strong wind that's going to be coming in behind this. I think it's going to be tough for the temperatures. Keep that in mind. We've been talking about it already. Chanticleer fans, Myrtle Beach Bowl, the coldest ever on record.
Yeah.
At least it will be sunny for Monday. But as we go into next week, the big question, what's it going to be like when Santa comes to the Grand Strand?
Well, it's definitely not going to be white. That is for sure. That Christmas forecast does show that while we do have a lot of cold over the weekend, it kind of starts to ease as we head into the Christmas holiday. A cold start to Christmas Eve, likely near or even below freezing for a lot of us Christmas Eve morning. But by the afternoon, we'll creep our way up into the low 50s, and then Christmas Day, 60. Rain chances, some question marks.
Yeah, there's been a couple of models that like the idea. Even this morning when we were talking about it, one model loved showers all day on Christmas, but we're still too far out to really nail that down. We'll put an isolated shower in, and hopefully we could take that shower off. And I wouldn't be mind if we could turn it down a little bit too. 60.
See, I want to knock the rain chances up. No, I want to knock the rain chances up. I would, if it's not going to be cold, let it be a gloomy, rainy, dreary kind of Christmas. I'm okay with that.
Says nobody other than you.
All right.
Speaking of which, complete opposite, tomorrow we're going to have a fun show. It's our last show of the year, and we're going to go out with a bang.
And really excited about it. We're taking a look back at the famous White Christmas of 1989, and we're not just going to sort of take a look back. We're going to really break it down. I think one of the really cool things is how that storm happened. So we're going to take kind of a fun, unique look back into the days leading up to it, how it happened, take you through the storm, take a look at some of the amazing stats from that storm. And of course, I can never get tired of watching the video and seeing the pictures there from that snowstorm in 1989.
There will be a lot of FOMO coming from me as we do tomorrow's show, and we hope you will join us for that tomorrow on Weather or Not. All right, let's go ahead and take you coast to coast. And of course, as we look ahead, we're still giving you the first alert to that cold front getting out of here, and cold air is going to be coming in. But first, not as cold as some of the other areas, especially as you go into North Carolina.
North Dakota.
North Dakota. I said
definitely
North Carolina. North Dakota.
Definitely wasn't 13.
I'm over here thinking of 1989.
Yeah, warm spot though coming in at Everglades City yesterday, topping out at almost 90 degrees. Let's take you off to the northeast as we start our trip around the country here, and things are looking pretty good as we work our way through Thursday. There will be some chillier air that starts to move into the northeast. That will bring a couple of flurries, couple of snow showers, but no real big snow there across upstate New York. And you can see overall pretty quiet there as we take you into the Big Apple.
Yeah, quiet indeed. You'll notice as we go to that forecast, like you said, for portions there, New York, 43 degrees, 37 in Albany, 35 in Syracuse. Those are the highs tomorrow. But how about this as we go toward Christmas? temperatures falling as we go toward the end of the weekend.
Yeah, they're getting cold up there in New York City as we head through the weekend. That isolated chance on Saturday is a couple of flurries. There may be a little sneaky weak system up there in New York that may try to actually bring them a little bit of snow, especially Friday into Friday night. Maybe an inch in New York City a couple days before Christmas. That would certainly be beautiful. Either way, though, again, it is certainly going to be cold if we're heading up that way. But there, too, temperatures start to moderate a bit by Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Let's take you into the southeast for tomorrow. You can see the first front taking those showers offshore. We'll likely be left with a bit of cloud cover at times, though, as we head through the day Thursday. A little bit of a northeast wind behind that front may tend to keep us kind of socked in with some clouds, especially near the coast. Not as warm as the past couple of days, though.
Yeah, and certainly looking at temperatures going to be starting to get back down to the seasonable range. 64 for Myrtle Beach, 64 in Columbia, 57 in Charlotte. And even as you go out to the west, those upper 50s, lower 60s as we go into the forecast. All right, let's go to the Midwest where they're having a little bit of fun here as we go into tomorrow. That low pressure system going to be bringing some snow as you go into portions of Green Bay. They're talking snowfall for the next day or two here as we go into that forecast. That will eventually work its way to the northeast. And temperature-wise, yeah, they're going to cool off as we go into Thursday, too.
Yeah, they are indeed. Minneapolis has yet to receive 1 inch of snow in a single
That's
day
interesting.
so far this winter season. But they'll likely break that streak tomorrow with that little system you mentioned passing through. And certainly will be cold with some of that snow in Minneapolis, Duluth, over to Green Bay. Temperatures generally in the 20s and 30s. Chicago just barely above freezing heading into tomorrow, and then it gets kind of cold and kind of sloppy looking as we head into early next week. A mix of rain and snow coming up for Monday, and then also turning a little milder there by Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Daytime temperatures climbing out of the 20s into the 30s to around 40 for Christmas Day, with those nights into the 20s and 30s. Into the Southwest, here we go again. Nothing.
Snooze fest, snooze alarm.
Just nothing.
We need to have a little sound that we can hit when it happens. Quiet as could be for your Thursday. High pressure continues to dominate. And temperature-wise, if this is what you want, enjoy it. 60s and 70s out there in Texas. Even 80s starting to show up in places like Phoenix.
Ugh, boring. Let's move on. Let's get to where there's at least a little bit of weather. The Pacific Northwest, once again, another system lining up there. That's going to bring some rain into areas of coastal Washington and Oregon heading into tomorrow afternoon and evening. That'll spread into Portland, Eugene, up to Seattle as we head into tomorrow night into Friday with some mountain snow up there. And it's just kind of typical. Things don't change a whole lot up here.
They don't.
During the winter season, 40s and 50s for highs, 30s once you get up into the mountains, 41 at Bozeman, 39 in Pocatello, Idaho.
And fun fact, they've been literally on the same pattern every 3 days. They have a new system coming in with basically the same temperatures. Let's take you to one of our favorite segments here on this Wednesday. It's our See It, Snap It, Send It. And the big story this week has been that thick fog.
Yeah.
We've had the warm temperatures, the cool water. Of course, that's been a big reason for sea fog, but fog just developing in general. And you'll notice this coming in from Debbie Matter. Just one of those eerie type of views. Certainly has been a little bit of a slower commute for some people these mornings.
Yeah, and I think we're done with the worst of the fog, but there may still be a little bit, and especially some clouds left over for tomorrow. That means the sunrise forecast not the best.
Yeah, certainly not the best. We've actually bumped that up. The only way we're going to get lucky with this, and I was looking at it this morning, is if that front wants to speed up a little bit more, because that front will try to push clouds and will push fog out. So there's a very good chance we have fog 3, 4 a.m., and then by 6, 7 o'clock, that fog pushes out over the Atlantic. Still, though, I think it's not going to be the greatest timing there as we go into that sunrise forecast.
Yeah, and from sunrise, let's talk about Christmas lights. You got a couple more days to let us see your lights. Thomas Ogle. Yeah, I want to drive by an Ogle at this.
I think it's Ogle.
Ogle? Yeah. Hey, look, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, look at that beautiful light display. One of the many that we've gotten here over the past couple of weeks as our Light Up the Night contest continues. You have until Friday. That's it to send in those pictures.
Yes, and of course, we'll announce it next Monday. The grand prize winner is that year-long gym membership from Next Level Mobility. I've continued to drive around, take different routes home, especially as you can look at the lights. But some good ones around town. If you have one that we should drive by, let us know.
I actually took the dogs to look at Christmas lights Sunday night.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, played some Christmas music, had some hot cocoa in the car, and let them look out the window, and they loved it.
It's the season for sure. Well, we're going to be doing the same thing, stargazing, but this time instead of lights, it'll be snow, 1989.
Yes.
Tomorrow, we hope you could join us. It's going to be a fun show. We can't wait to see you all there.
Have a good one.